My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and we're just going to get some messages from Spirit for our healing this week. What should we focus on? What the Spirit need us to know? Now, I know with the new moon energies, well, I know it's kicking my bum, right? I'm feeling absolutely exhausted. I really actually cut back on the amount of private readings that I'm doing because I'm absolutely exhausted when the day comes. And I'm usually an early bird. Like I wake up early, like 3 in the morning, and do readings. I slept till 9 today, so it's really nuts. So anyway, let's get on with the reading. So know that if you are exhausted, you're feeling out of sorts, incredibly emotional, it is normal. Okay, try, as I said, the best way to raise your vibration is through exercise and just being out in nature, especially if you can go bare feet. That's beautiful, and just keep connecting to source. Okay, don't allow the triggers that are coming up right now. I remember triggers aren't just there just to trigger you and make you sad. It's for you to internalize and integrate and really heal. Okay, so when the triggers come up, don't just push them down. Acknowledge them, see where they're coming from. What is the genesis of me being triggered by something that's supposed to be, like just normal. I had a big trigger this morning. I didn't expect it, but then you drill down. What is this triggering me? What am I mean to heal? What am I meant to heal? And it's self-worth issues, it's self-image issues, whatever it is, or codependency issues, or issues of abandonment, whatever it is. Drill down and say, oh, this is what it is. Interesting, right? All right. So anyway, as I told you guys, it's carnival time in my country. So there's a lot of ancestral energy surrounding us at this time because Caribbean Carnival is different from other carnivals in the world in that even though it still follows the Catholic calendar, it's all about the celebration of freedom by the enslaved Africans that were brought here, that were kidnapped and brought here and brought to work on the sugarcane plantations. When they heard about their freedom, they dressed up like the slave owners or the persons who had purchased them, and they ran into the streets to celebrate their freedom. So every carnival season, it is the greatest expression of freedom. So maybe this is about freedom, being free from, being in that Eight of Swords reverse energy, freeing yourself from negative thoughts, freeing yourself from old paradigms, self-limiting beliefs about yourself. It's a time for that. It's just a time to be your authentic self and be you. I mean, for carnival, you can wear your mask all year, but during carnival time, you're allowed to be you, whatever that is. All right, so let's get the overall energies of now from Spirit. A message from the ancestors. I'm gonna call them, and I'm getting the same lady again. I think she is related to my twin. Because every time I call in the ancestors, this is a lady that appears. And I remember she first appeared to tell me something about my twin. So I think it's either my twin's grandmother or great-grandmother. I'm not sure who she is, but she always comes. All right, so we have here Shield Maiden. So it's about protection here, and protection and the sword of truth and protection. All right, let's see what it says here. It says, make plans and focus. All right, so now is the time for determination, okay? You have to figure out, listen, what am I doing? So this is about like a decision-making time. So for those of you who might have been procrastinating, making a decision, or kind of lost as to what direction you're supposed to head into, everything that's happening right now is meant to push you in the right direction and to love yourself completely. To step fully into self-love and to make plans and to focus on the truth of your situation, and also to establish boundaries and boundaries with those who may try to trespass on your energetic boundaries. Okay, so this is the energy of the moment. I'm gonna keep this in view because I think all the message that will follow will be about this. So I'm gonna put this here next to love. All right. Okay, so let's Spirit, what do we need to be focusing on this week? We already have a card about, focusing on the truth, setting energetic boundaries, and other kinds of boundaries as well. Good fences make good neighbors, right? What else are we meant to be focusing on? Okay. So the first card that popped out is Goddess of Light. And this has been coming out for us from this deck from the get-go. And it's about Artemis, right? So this is about focusing on standing in your power and really embodying that light energy, really focusing on your spiritual gifts, their development, and for some of you, just it being revealed to you at this point in time. So it's about harnessing these gifts and really being in the vibration of love. Okay, so any hidden resentments, any kind of turbulent emotional upheaval, it's time to really focus on where all that is coming from and really heal, so that there's no bitterness that stays in your heart. There are no blockages to either giving or receiving love. It's just all light. And then Spirit says here, it says Hera, and it says relating. Okay, what am I getting from this? I think this is a time to be compassionate. That's what I'm getting from this. I'm going to pull a card. It's a time to be compassionate and not a time to allow pride and ego to get in the way of really stepping into someone's shoes and really understanding the challenges that they are experiencing and the wounding that they are operating from. Okay, let me get a card on that. Spirit, tell us why you gave us this Hera card. Okay, so some of you guys have been getting really frustrated and really impatient, especially maybe with your counterpart or maybe even with life itself. Maybe you think it's going too slowly and you've been waiting on this divine timing stuff to happen, right? But Spirit is saying, listen, this is not a time to get frustrated, but this is a time to understand and really understand what other people are going through. So it's a time to put yourself into their shoes with all the wounding that they're operating with. This is about making decisions in love and understanding your lover, right? And all the wounding that they were operating with, why they could not make those choices for love in the past. Okay, so this about really turning on that compassion in your heart and recognizing that, listen, they were only operating with the tools that they had in the moment, and some of them had no tools at all. Okay, so that's what we really have to move into. Yeah, and they're learning the self-love now. I think we are still learning to love ourselves completely, and your counterpart may just be beginning this journey. So this is not a time to be impatient, but to be understanding. And that doesn't mean waiting on this person. It means charting the course forward through your healing and being an example to this person, but definitely living your life. And for some of you, there are going to be new opportunities in love. They are. Whether they are twin or your soulmate that you're waiting on, there are going to be new opportunities in love that are presented to you that might be part of divine plan. And you might be resistant to that in the moment because you're focused on manifesting on one particular goal. But not everyone, particularly if it's a soulmate, because with soulmates we have many. Okay, not everyone may mean to come into union in a kind of romantic way. In this lifetime, maybe even for twins, maybe the dynamic is to be a powerful friendship, right? So union means different things. It could even just be sacred union, right? Where it's in the spiritual realms. So if there are opportunities that are presented to you for love, I'm really ask you guys and really connect to source as to what you need to be doing with them, instead of just passing them up and just focusing on one particular person. Okay. Because I'm getting, for some of you, new love is going to be presented to you, right? Especially in the sphere of partnerships. And then it says métis, wisdom. So look back on everything that has happened and really try to see everything from a higher perspective and really extract the wisdom from what happened. Because if we don't extract the wisdom, what we do is remain in victim consciousness, where we don't take accountability for the part that we played in what happened, because it takes two, sometimes three, right? Right? Because listen, people can only do to us what we allow. So the part we might have played in whatever happened, or any whatever might have hurt you, could be maybe that you weren't loving yourself correctly. You weren't loving yourself completely. Maybe you at that time you didn't have defined boundaries. Maybe you were settling for less than you deserved. Whatever it was, but there was some there's some kind of accountability, or maybe you were just burying your head in the sand. But you have to accept the accountability that you had for your role in what happened, because if you don't do that, then the chance of repeating the cycle, the probability is going to be very high because you didn't learn the lesson, right? And then it says, Dionysus, I can't pronounce that word properly. And then it says merrymaking. Now, this is a card about being happy, right? I see 3 people here. Okay, so this kind of reminds me of the 3 of Cups card. But this is a time to really focus on your happiness and really regaining the joy in life again, pursuing your passions, making yourself happy. Okay, loving yourself. Look, this single cup of love. There might be 3 people here. Oh, I'm seeing 4 now, right? But just making yourself happy. Let me put a card on that and make sure that's the message. And that vibration of happiness and that overflow of love is going to attract someone else who is in the vibration of love into your life. Yeah. So just focus on love. Focus on moving forward in positive energy. Focus on whatever wounding that you may have and healing that so that you can fully stand in your power. I'm also getting that this is a card of reunion. So for some of you, it may have been distant at this point in time, but know that communication is coming. Your person is going to take action. They are currently presenting themselves as the Emperor, so you might be hearing from them soon enough. The other thing that Spirit wants us to know, this is a time to be hard at work. We have a workmanship. Okay, I'm getting 8 of Pentacles vibes from this, right? So this is a time to make the effort, not just in your partnerships, but on yourself. And even in your work life, manifesting your abundance and really getting grounded, because 8 of Pentacles is a card about being grounded. And I think that's what's required at this point in time, especially with this Mercury retrograde in Pisces. That's a very emotional time for everyone. And then I knew it would come out the card of healing. Know that this time is a very transformative time for you, especially with regard to your healing. Everything that is coming up, even with people who you may consider to be your enemy or someone that's not for you, they're going to be bringing up things, and it's all for your healing and transformation, because snakes are about transformation and about knowledge as well, right? So all these things, just know whatever triggers you have, it's all coming up for your healing. Okay, all right, let's have a look at these chakra activation cards here. Spirit, what are the messages for this week? We have service, beautiful. And it's a sacral chakra activation. So that's about action, taking action, harnessing that sexual energy, because there's a lot of it in the air. And then it says acceptance. It says quest. And it says impasse. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to shift these around like that. Yeah. What was I getting with impasse? Okay. Yeah, some of you might be frustrated as to what's happening at this time. Maybe things are moving too slow, but this card tells you the whole story. Whatever's being blocked right now is being divinely guided, and it's being blocked by spirit. You might be experiencing an impasse and maybe getting frustrated in your efforts right now, but know that this impasse is for your protection. It's spirit's way of protecting you Sometimes from yourself. Sometimes from yourself. Yeah, so especially some of you guys might be in no communication with your person, right? Know that this is all happening for your protection and for the highest good of all those involved. This is not a time to take action. In fact, it's a time of non-action and focusing only on you and your own codependencies, right? Because everything is happening for you to release your control issues and for you to step fully into self-love by focusing on your own codependencies. Okay, and it's also allowing for your person to release their codependencies as well. Okay, and Spirit says you have to move into acceptance. Okay, not everything is going to be perfect. Not everything is going to work out exactly how it's supposed to work out. You just have to take life as it comes. Okay, don't expect a particular outcome. Just take it as it comes. But this is also a root chakra activation, right? And it says acceptance. So it's all about self-acceptance as well. So, as much as we like things to be perfect, know that there's a kind of perfection in imperfection. So this is a time about accepting yourself for who you are. Just total acceptance. So all the childhood wounds all the childhood wounds and all the things from the past, it's a time to accept that everything happened for a particular reason to bring you to this particular moment in time. In order to push you onto your path, this quest for truth. Okay, so there's a path of truth that you're meant to walk. And I think we got this last week as well. A path of service, a path of mission. And Spirit is saying this time to get on it. Get on it. I'm also getting that you might be being blocked in love so that you can go embark on your spiritual journey and get into your mission, your life purpose. This is what this separation right now is for. That's the message that I'm getting. And let's go to the Power of Surrender cards. And these are amazing for healing because the messages are so straightforward. So if you're serious about healing, buy this deck. Whoa, that's a powerful one. What's that? And Spirit agrees with me. So listen, especially for these moon energies, sleep. Get some rest and sleep. You're going to need it. I know it might be difficult to fall asleep right now, right? But listen, it says to prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. Okay, so no, this is a time to surrender to rest. What else is there? Spirit saying it's time to trust your universe and trust yourself. If you're getting kind of vibrations over someone, it's time to trust the instincts. Don't second guess yourself. A big part of self-love is learning to trust your own intuition. And it says, trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do, including readers, including me, right? It's about tapping into your source and tapping into your guides and tapping into your higher self and knowing what's good for you and the path of your healing, right? Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. And remember, there's no wrong path. Everything is going to be a learning experience. Let's get another card. And look at it. Surrender to your intuition. So this is, it seems, the main message here in these cards. Tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide us. So know that you're going to be getting a lot of intuitive nudges at this point in time, and you're only to listen to that. Listening to a reader should just be a confirmation of your own intuition. It shouldn't be the guidance. The guidance is already inside of you. And then it says surrender to the wisdom of your body. So this is all about trusting yourself. I think this is the main lesson that you're supposed to learn right now. It says make plans and focus, right? So that's all about you, right? Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Okay, so just know that you know better than anyone else, what's good for you and your highest good. Don't be fooled by your ego. Make sure that you're tapping into your highest guidance, and don't let your ego try to filter it or try to alter the guidance that's coming through. You may not like the messages that are coming through, but know that it will always be for your highest good. And then finally, let's get some advice, a final word of advice from Spirit. And this I'll do like a pick a card, because everybody's going to be different. So this card will be pile 1. Look at right here. This card will be pile 2. And this card will be pile 3. Okay, so let me hold them up again. You can choose either pile 1 with the lady and the swan. You can choose pile 2. Or you can choose pile 3. Okay, you can pause the video now and make that choice. Now, if you chose pile 1, to me right now, what's being brought up for healing is some self-image issues, because this always reminds me of the story of the like the ugly duckling that turned into the swan. So Spirit wants you to know that you are beautiful, right? And you are worthy of all the love in the world. Spirit saying that this is a time to be proud of who you are and the achievements that you've made. All right, let's read the message. It says, manifest. Observe how your habitual thoughts affect your life, for good or ill. Be positive and learn how to. All right, so Spirit is saying, listen, if you want to manifest a particular thing or a particular feeling or a particular situation, you have to really focus on how you are focusing your thoughts, right? Right here. You have to focus your thoughts, right? So make plans and focus your thoughts. So to do those visualizations, so that whatever you want is going to come to you. So you can't be thinking a whole lot of negative thoughts about a particular situation and expect it to manifest as you want. So Spirit is saying, you manifest your heart's desire, the love to which you most aspire. Make sure what's wished for is best for you, for it will soon be coming true. Real magic's when you concentrate on what you love, not what you hate. So listen, if you want your person in your life, you can't be talking about, oh, they're a dog, they're an asshole, that kind of thing. No. Okay? You have to focus on the positive. That is not to say if your person is a narcissist, that you ignore those qualities. Maybe then it's time to manifest something different. But if your person, they're a regular person, they have their light and their shadow, and you're thinking about, coming into partnership with them, this is not a time to speak ill of them, because words are spells, and words can be curses too. So you talking or trash talking them isn't helping the situation, okay? Especially if you want this person in your life. And just remember, it's all about self-love first, and to make sure that this person can reciprocate the love that you're giving to yourself, okay? And then we have this card, which kind of gives me a kind of lover's card. And this is kind of telling me like judgment. Your person is awake and they're following their intuition. And there's something that's about to blossom between you guys, because it looks like it's time. And then we have the moon here. So maybe there's something pretty significant about the moon, but it's like something is about to unfold, because look, the angel is blowing the trumpet here. I'm hoping, yeah. The angel's blowing the trumpet. So something's about to unfold. And then it says romance, right? Patiently show you accept your love interest as is. Invest the time and effort to do so. So, it is not a time to be in love with a fantasy image of your person. This is a time to know exactly their light and their shadow, and to accept them as is. As is. That doesn't mean you come into partnership with them and they're toxic, but this is a time to show acceptance, not for potentially what they could be, but as they are now, being a being of light that's just learning to love themselves. And it says, The fires of romance can be fueled by following this golden rule. Appreciate your man each day. Respect your woman, come what may. Show it with dramatic flair. True romance is in the air. So it looks like Spirit is bringing in some kind of romantic experience into your reality. And, it's good to show this person appreciation and respect. Because especially if you want this back, right? And it's all about equity. And Spirit saying it's not a time to just keep these feelings inside, but it is a time to express your love. And then, all right, so for pile number 3, I'm getting like Cupid is about to shoot his arrow. If Cupid hasn't shot his arrow already, you might have somebody inside. But we have 2 arrows here, so like it looks like you're about to fall in love, or somebody's about to fall in love with you. Okay, there's some kind of message that's coming in as well. We have these 2 doves here, and whatever partnership is coming in is going to be strong, like these pillars here. And these pillars are kind of like a gateway to heaven and happiness and to joy. And it says, champions, break free of restrictions. Things will stay the same unless you are willing to fight the status quo. So if you want a different outcome, you can't be doing the same things, right? You have to do something differently. And it says, you show true genius if you dare rebel against rules doctrinaire. Experiment and bend those rules. Forget the same old ways learned in school. Now try an unconventional way and do not fear what others say. So this is a time to break out of the mold and to be your authentic self and to try walk a path that's possibly never been walked before in your family line or in a bloodline, and do something totally different from what has been dictated in society so far. It's about breaking free of any kind of self-limiting thoughts and beliefs if you want to manifest something healthy and something different in your life. Okay, guys, so this is the messages that we have for the week. On our focus is on, really stepping into service, accepting things as they are and not what they could be, and knowing that if you're experiencing an impasse in your life right now, know that it is for your protection. Okay. All right, my loves, this was your reading. Take care. Bye.